Yo, what's going on, good people? It's your man, Chris Thorne. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you watch my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a story that I want to bring to you, which I think this one's quite sad as well, you know. But hey, let's get right into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a story of a neighbor feud between neighbors. The lady who you seeing going across the screen, her name is Ajike, if I'm saying that right, Ajike Owens. Well, AJ, people call her AJ, so I'm going to call her AJ for sure, just in case I'm messing up the name. AJ Owens is a mother of four who had a neighbor dispute. From what I'm hearing, was going on for a while now. The lady who you see right there, the white lady, they saying her name is Susan. They saying she's the one who done it. But as far as my recollection, you know, nobody has released the name of the person who had done it yet. I've seen so many articles came out, you know. I wanted to do a live, but unfortunately I just didn't have time to do a live. Maybe I'll come back later on tonight when I get off work and do a live about it because there's so much to cover. But however, though, this feud has led to AJ being shot and killed. And here's the sad part about it, you know, one or two of her children witnessed the shooting of their mom. Now that right there, that's what I'm more sad about right there, is a child had to witness its mother being shot in front of them. That's what I'm more sad about in this case right here. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to let y'all hear this.
Developing right now in Ocala, an investigation is underway in a neighborhood feud that ended with a mother shot and killed right in front of her own child. It is a case investigators say could be considered stand your ground. It's happened on Friday, but today that woman's family is speaking out. They're demanding justice just hours after investigators released new details. They say Ajike Owens had a years-long feud with one of her neighbors who constantly complained about Owens' children. They say that
years-long feud, and now they saying, now this the part they kind of got me right here when they saying that the neighbor has always been complaining about children and whatnot. What she been complaining about? I don't know, but let's go.
something happened with the children on Friday. It's not quite clear. And when Owens went to confront her neighbor about it, investigators say that woman then shot her.
I wish our shooter would have called us instead of taking actions into her own hands. I wish Mrs. Owens would have called us, in hopes we could have never got to the point in which we are here today.
Owens' family says that neighbor has a history of harassing the children and calling them derogatory names. And here's what they say happened on Friday.
She took a personal item, iPad, tablet, electronic device, that belonged to a child. He tried to retrieve it. She threw skates at him. What does a child do? He goes home and he tells his mother.
They say that's when Owens went and knocked on the woman's door and she was shot. They say her 9-year-old son was standing right next to her at the time.
Wow.
The sheriff says at this moment, the neighbor is not facing charges because of Florida's Stand Your Ground law. He says they have to first rule out whether this deadly force was justified. We will stay on top of this. We'll let you know what ultimately
And so will
happens.
So will I. All right, guys, so y'all heard that. And again, there's many articles out there. Unfortunately, again, I don't have time to go live and let y'all hear everything that's being said. You know, even the police conference, I even got that as well. And where can I go with this? This actually reminds me of a story I just did recently of the guy who shot a child himself. And well, I think the shooter was white, and he was white too. But y'all know me, I don't play the race game over here. But at some, this look like it may be an instance where this may be a case. I don't know, but like I told y'all, what got me was, you know, the neighbor claiming now, I don't know, claiming that she been making complaints about AJ's children. Okay, she's been making complaints about it. And I'm trying to put up this article now. This computer moving so damn slow. I don't know why this computer started doing this all of a sudden. This computer used to be fast, but it just takes its time pulling up stuff. Okay. You know what? I got this other computer right here. Let me put it up over here. Okay, family call for justice. Attorney Ben Crump. Somebody said in my comment section in another story that I did, I was talking about a child being shot, and I remember they made the comment say they bet you Ben Crump ain't coming out saying nothing about this, and if it's safe to use the term ironically, this is another case where black versus white, and he's taking up the case, and he's on this case now. I don't have a problem with Ben Crump. I actually could have got him on the show a long time ago, but I really need to just push forward to get him on the show, but I could have, because I did get a response saying that he was telling me what to do, or whoever his representative was telling me what to do to get him on the show. Okay. But one of the articles I'm reading right here, it says a Marion County mother of 4 was shot and killed in front of her children on Friday. Attorney Ben Crump is representing the family. Ajike Owens, who investigators say was in an ongoing feud with the shooter who accused her of trespassing. As the sheriff's office continues to investigate what led up to the shooting, the family is calling for something to be done now. This person says she loved them while all her being. To know her is to know that her kids were her everything, said Pamela Diaz, Owens' mother. My baby was so full of life. She was a single mother of 4. Diaz said the neighbor that shot her daughter had a history with Owens' kids. Harassed the children in the neighborhood, Diaz said harassed AJ Owens for babies. She called them racial slurs, the N-word, slaves, and Marion County Sheriff Billy Woods say law enforcement had been called before. We know that this has basically been a neighborhood feud over time. Woods said, I've got reports that these things that they called one side or the other, either the mother, Miss Owens, has called, or the shooter has called. And see, this is what I'm talking about right here now. Reading this article, if this article is telling the truth, when you get a lot of these stories, it's kind of like one side, people, they trying to say what the white lady did, but they don't, but they try to make vague or what the other side has done. I mean, regardless of what, still, I'm not saying this is right, because it shouldn't have gotten to this point at all. And if that lady was doing all that, that's crazy too, whatnot. And, it would make it seem that she was waiting on this to happen so she can shoot this woman, which it kind of sounded like this is what it was, because if it was going on this long, I don't know what worse could have been said to make the shooting start, or what made her shoot this woman. I don't know, if it's been going on this long, then what was the breaking point for Susan, if that is the lady that shot the woman? What reached the breaking point for Susan to shoot this woman, and through the door that they claiming, but however though, what it's saying right here, the police have been called out there, and one side said one thing, and vice versa other side saying other things. And I know how kids is, especially in this era. Kids can be disrespectful and say a whole lot of fucked up shit to people because of the behavior that they see us adults as their parents act. They will come out and start saying and repeat what they heard us say about other people that's racial or derogatory names. You know, trust me, I hear it. And these kids out of school down here now, one man in Memphis, they are so disrespectful. You know, and not only just to white people, they disrespectful to other people, period, and grown folks, you know. But it says right here, you know, we know that this has basically been a neighborhood feud over time. Wood said, I've got reports that these things that they call one side or the other, either the mother, Miss Owens, has called or the shooter has called complaining about the children. Both Owens' family and the sheriff say the neighbor threw a pair of skates Friday. They hit one of Owens' children. Her mother said Owens went and knocked on the neighbor's door. A closed, locked door, Diaz said. Door never opened. My daughter, my grandchildren's mother was shot and killed with her 9-year-old son standing next to her. She had no weapon. She posed no imminent threat to anyone. The sheriff says his office is still investigating and says right now they're still missing a side of the story. Because we want to seek justice and we want to assure that we get the facts right, especially in the case to this level. We just don't take always one side. Now I'm glad y'all doing it. Just don't take one side, and just because the public want it, y'all finna make an arrest. Now I will agree to that. Get everything straight, okay? Then they said, cause it doesn't always paint the full picture. Okay, cool. Owens' family is calling for an arrest, but the sheriff said there is a specific reason one can be made. This stand your ground law. A lot of people don't understand is that the law has specific instruction for us in law enforcement. Wood said, anytime that we think or perceive or believe that may come into play, we cannot make an arrest. The law specifically says that what we have to rule out is whether the deadly force was justified or not before we can even make the arrest. The sheriff called this resolve to find the truth unwavering. As friends and family and people from the community come together Monday night, they heard from the family's attorney and the president of the Marion County NAACP. Duh, Chris. Their message was clear. They want justice for Ajike Owens. We support the sheriff in doing what's right, said Bishop James Stockton, the president of the Marion County NAACP. We just request that he do it right now. Owens' loved ones say they plan to hold a vigil for her Thursday night. Okay. Again, guys, I mean, even me, I don't have much to say, you know, but again, how it's being put out there, you know, one would think that this woman has been waiting for opportunity to shoot this woman. Again, they go to the woman right there. They say her name is Susan. Okay. One would think that this is a case where she waited for the perfect opportunity to shoot Miss AJ. But again, y'all got to keep things in mind. You know, this feud has been going on for the longest. So both sides probably have been saying some racial things to each other. You know, I don't think it's all just on Susan. You know, I believe both sides played a part because, again, the key word is this has been an ongoing feud. You know, so it's probably some nasty stuff been said between the both of them, some nasty shit. You know, and again, I don't know if I finished what I said earlier. This reminds me of the story of the guy who shot that baby because they were playing hide go seek. You know, he thought somebody was in his yard or he wanted to stay on the property or something. And he turned around and shot that child. Well, not thank God she survived. And in this situation right here, thank God none of the children got shot and killed. You know, thank God that didn't happen to them. But still, this situation itself, you know, why do things have to go this far? Okay, and and if this is the case, you know, about she been making complaints about the children, you know, was there a plan in place, Wayne, where they didn't have to interact at all? Was there a plan in place? I don't know. You know, stories like these, it's kind of hard to cipher, you know, because you just don't know what really happened. And especially by me not being there, You just don't know what really happened. All thing I can do is just sit back and speculate and see that baby face right there. That is so sad that they got to go through and see this and the stuff that they've been going through, period. The feud in between the two. It just sad that children are getting put in this. That's why I say, and a lot of people saying it's a war against children now, because they are always getting put in places that they don't need to be. And again, this is why I say to a lot of you parents, whether you're white or black or whatever, man, y'all need to, man, keep y'all children in check and monitor your children, okay? Because again, I seen it myself. These little kids out of school now, they are so fucking disrespectful now, and I feel that a lot of these is finna get put in this situation, So they said this lady threw a skate. Then I heard in one video that I heard that the lady, when they did try to go retrieve the iPad, she took it and threw it. Just all type of shit, all different stories that I'm hearing about this story, And again, I want law enforcement to do the right thing too. I don't want them to go by social media just because it's a white woman, she need to be arrested or whatnot. I want them to get the full facts before you start making an arrest. And if this woman did this out of malice, then yes, she need to be dealt with, if she did out of malice. But if it is going by just staying your ground, well, I mean, hey, I guess it's one of them situations that, hey, let the chips fall as they play out, I guess. I don't know. It's just kind of hard. But, I hate that this happened to her, and I hate that it got this bad. And again, every time I see that picture, that little baby face just gets me. Her face just gets me. That is so sad that she got it. That they going through this. Wow, crazy. Whew. Well, guys, until I'm able to come and do a live and do more on this, that's all I really got to say about this. This just the cream of the crop to me. But I'd have found so much stuff surrounding this story. I just couldn't do a live about it. But right now, I'm just going to leave it at that. And I can just tell y'all, hey, when I get a chance to do a live on it, we're going to hear what I'll let y'all hear what the police say and hear more stuff that happened with it, But rest of heaven, Miss AJ and Susan, hey, you did this out of malice. You're going to get your just desserts, ma'am. But we just had to see how this play out. Your man, Chris Thorns, as always, y'all let me know what y'all think about it. And I'll get back with y'all soon. Peace out.